live stream. This is a little unusual for me to do a live stream tonight, but I was just roaming around YouTube tonight and I saw a couple of videos that were kind of disturbing to me. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it. So I do a lot of research during the week to prepare for some live streams I do over the weekend, and I do a live stream about Frenchies and dogs and animals on Saturdays. And so I was streaming. I was going through a bunch of videos today, and I came across a really bad video. A bunch of people are covering it, so I had to go look for myself to make sure it was real because it was just a really disturbing type of video. It was about this. I'm not even going to say his name because I don't want to give him any promotion at all. But there's someone I follow that covered it, and the person I follow, his name is Decoy Voice, and also Osman, and they covered this story. So I guess there is this YouTuber. Has millions of followers. I don't know why or how, but he seems like, really not a good person at all. And I could tell that by when I went to the channel to actually see if this was real or not. But he has this big, beautiful dog, absolutely beautiful dog. And he uses this dog as a prop in his videos. So the dog has an electric collar on him. And there is in the background, he has this, it looks like a treadmill mat. It's not mat. It's not even like a real like mat or a bed. It doesn't look comfortable at all. So the dog decided, he does these 4-hour streams now. The dog has to sit there for 4 hours. If the dog moves, he shocks the dog. He electrifies the dog. And it's not a zap, because you hear the dog yelp and cry and scream. And the poor thing has to sit 4 hours. This guy does this stream. And if the dog moves one time, he shocks this dog and the dog cries and screams. And it's the most disturbing thing that I have ever seen. And, you're going to make me cry. It's definitely animal abuse, because there are people that use shock collars for training. For training your dog. I get that, but and they do it at the least level of the least level of shock power they can use on. They don't want to hurt their dogs, but this guy is just out of control, because he needs this dog in the background as a prop, and the dog has to sit there for 4 hours. So I just went to the channel just to see the comments, and the comments were by the thousands that this guy is a complete animal abuser and should be reported to PETA or somebody. And I don't know why YouTube has not taken his content down when he's doing this type of animal abuse. It's really disturbing, and I can't. I just can't do it. I can't. I wanted to comment. I actually did comment, and I deleted all the comments because I just didn't want to get caught up in that mess. It's been some of my lives. I've had a lot of younger, really aggressive people, and I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to, get into arguments or anything like that. So anyway, I'm just doing this live stream to talk about that and see how everyone else feels in the chat about what actually they think. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. I'm not even going to say his name, but it's all over YouTube. So tonight I figured, you know what, I'm going to share my channel, which is very encouraging and very uplifting. And I have a lot of cute Frenchie videos. My channel is called Desert-Livin, and it has a variety of different things because I like a variety of different things. I'm very much interested in AI, but not in the good sense. I'm interested in AI and how it's going to affect our future and affect our lives. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be in a good way. So I cover some AI videos. This channel originally had a lot of AI videos on it, but it also had a lot of my Frenchie videos on it. So I decided to separate that because I had some followers that really liked the Frenchies but wasn't interested in AI. So I decided to separate channels. I created another channel called Desert-Livin 2.0, and that has all my AI information on it. And I did keep some of the videos on this channel, but let's just get into the channel. I'm gonna show you some shorts. I start off with my page has I have a bunch of shorts that I did. So most of these shorts are from last weekend. I do a live show on Saturday about Frenchies. It covers a recent news story. It has like a little format to it. So it covers a news story about Frenchies, anything recent I can find. And there is so much news about Frenchies, but I can't emotionally cover some of them because they're just horrific. But the ones I can cover, I do. So it starts off, the format is I start off with a news story about Frenchies. Hopefully they're good stories. I try to find the good ones. And then I go into the Frenchie of the week or the pet of the week. I love all animals, so I feature a Frenchie from a channel. I promote that channel with their Frenchies. A lot of the channels may not know this, but I do use, their Frenchies, and I promote the channel, and I tell you guys, go watch their channel. They have a bunch of cute, animals, if anybody's into animals. So some of these shorts are from last weekend. And let's just check out the first short. I think people are now getting more aware because there's more stories coming out of these Frenchies being stolen. And so people are like really aware of keeping their Frenchies on leashes and not letting them out of their sights because they are the most popular dog in the world. So, and some of these Frenchies they can go up to $50,000. I think. So that was from a channel that is called Wagging Tails Rescue. They have a bunch of cute videos. And this little Frenchie, this little guy was caught in the toilet paper roll. So he had some paper hanging out of the mouth. And I do have a short that's coming out where he's kind of getting, are you guilty of that paper in your mouth? So that short's coming out shortly. We'll get into the next short. It is about the news story I covered last weekend. And this is where it gets, these news stories about these Frenchies is incredible.
Xavier Burgos says he thought he was setting up a puppy play date for his 5-month-old Frenchie Enzo at this
Look how
Woodbridge
cute
park.
He is.
It turned into a nightmare.
I believe it was a setup from the jump.
Burgos says he was supposed to meet a friend of a friend who claimed he also had Frenchies. But when the pair went to a nearby apartment complex with a third man, Burgos didn't know. Everything took a turn.
And by the time I get back outside my car door, they had already taken my dog, threw him in the car, and sped off.
Xavier Burgos says he thought he was setting up a puppy play date for his 5-month-old Frenchie Enzo at this
Look how
Woodbridge
cute
park.
He is.
It turned into a nightmare.
I believe it was a setup from the jump.
Burgos says he was supposed to meet a friend of a friend who claimed he also had Frenchies. But when the pair went to a nearby apartment complex with a third man, Burgos didn't know. Everything took a turn.
So that was the first part of the story. It actually turned out really well because that was a couple months ago. And then recently, last week, I'm going to skip over this one. This is a video I did of digital ID. So again, I have a variety of different videos, and my videos are located here in this section below, and we'll go through a couple of those. But I just wanted to share this Frenchie story because I love Frenchies, and what I saw tonight kind of just is motivating me to talk about animals and how much they really do mean to us and how special they really are. But this is a follow-up of that story, and this came out last week.
A French bulldog in New Jersey, kidnapped in broad daylight and held for ransom. Frenchies are the most popular dog breed in the U.S., and it makes them a top target for thieves. The dog owner says it happened after he was lured to a doggy playdate. And now he wants other dog owners to be on the lookout for similar setups.
Tonight, he is sharing his story in hopes that someone will help him track down his dog.
It hurts that he was taken from me so soon.
A French bulldog in New Jersey, kidnapped in broad daylight and
So that was part of the story, and then I believe this is the rest of the news story.
The French bulldog was stolen from his owner back in May, but thanks to an anonymous tip, yes, from
He
a
got
very
him back.
nice lady, and some great detective work by Enzo's owner, he is now back at home. Burgos will never again schedule a doggy play date with someone he doesn't know. He did so back in May at this dog park in Woodbridge, New Jersey, but the guys he met up with kidnapped Enzo.
Can you
And
imagine?
The French bulldog was stolen from his...
So that was an encouraging story that I covered. You know, these Frenchies are so hot right now. Everybody, the stories that I research for my news stories on Saturday, I mean, one after another, and they're really sad stories. They don't all turn out like this. Luckily, he was able to get this Frenchie back. And this is a new type of breed of Frenchie. It's a furry Frenchie, and these Frenchies can go from anywhere from $6,000 to $50,000, depending on the color of the eyes, the fur, the there's a bunch of different genes that determine the price of the Frenchie. So he was fortunate to get it back. I do cover, there was many other stories that I covered where Frenchies were stolen and they were reunited with their owners. But I do cover a bunch of different things. Again, this is, I do a live walk on Sundays, and actually YouTube does my shorts for me. Like, they automatically, as soon as I'm done doing my live stream, this is very interesting. I don't know if anybody knows this, but as soon as I'm done doing my live stream, there'll be a short automatically made. So I do it from my mobile phone, so maybe that has something to do with why they make this short, but they make really good shorts out of my live stream. So this is a short not made by me. YouTube automatically made this short. We see all kinds of air practices, like the helicopters will fly in sync, so we'll see 6 of them at a time flying in sync. And so this is of my desert property. I have 5 acres out in the Mojave Desert, and I live behind the 29 Palms military base, so I get to see a lot of action out there. So I'm on the live stream. This was a long live stream last Sunday. It was about an hour and a little over an hour. So this is a short that YouTube made. It's the practices that's one thing I like about living out here, is getting to witness all their practices. But I will have to say, when the bombs go off, it shakes our house, and that actually is what wakes us up, like in the morning at 5:30 on the weekends. Because it's so hot out here, they practice really early. We see all kinds of air practices, like so that's repeating, so it's just on a loop there. So let's just go to one more short. So I did try to cover Charlie Kirk's funeral, the memorial, but it was really emotional for me. I really haven't even gotten over it yet either, too. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit more emotional when I saw what I saw today on YouTube. But this is some of the shorts I have from the video that I did. Again, the video was just completely, I had to edit I did about 10 different takes. And I just had to keep editing because I was just really emotional and crying about it. But Tucker Carlson just nailed it in one of his speeches. I was a big fan of Charlie. Didn't always agree with everything he said. And, I'm not really a religious person. So he was extremely religious in his faith. And but I did love the way he debated and the way he talked to the young generation, and what he did for this country and what he did for Donald Trump to get elected with the young vote. That has never happened in the history of the United States. The young vote usually doesn't really matter in an election, right? It's never really, they've never really made a difference, but this time they did, and it was all because of Charlie Kirk. So I'm going to play this one short from one of Tucker Carlson's speech.
This guy's got to stop talking. We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us? We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? This guy's got...
He had such a ground-shaking speech that day. I'm going to cover, let's see if this one kind of talks about it. Tucker Carlson also clearly said something is coming next. By comparing Kirk's death to the crucifixion and implying a secretive plot to silence him, Carlson and others at the memorial suggested that a larger, more sinister force is at play. Tucker Carlson also clearly said something is coming. So that's some of the Tucker Carlson memorial that I covered. I made, once I found out that Charlie Kirk had a replacement, I was horrified. And the person they picked for his replacement, I think Charlie would be rolling over in his grave right now. Just to put it bluntly, the person they picked is the furthest person from Charlie. This person could never. Charlie would be horrified. So I made this this short. I just... So... in the background, he's obviously bragging, oh, I'm taking over. I'm doing 10 shows of Charlie. I'm doing, I'm replacing. As he's in a private jet, with whatever. Just, it's disgusting. I'm horrified with the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Again, you can check out the videos. I'm going to take you down to the video section. Let's just go there now. I have a bunch of cute shorts, though. If everybody likes dogs and Frenchies and animals, just check out all my shorts. I want to play one more for you because it's the cutest thing in the world. Part of this video. Look at this. This is amazing. This little Frenchie. I just could watch this one. This is the cutest thing. This little Frenchie. Look at that. So smart. I mean, come on. Come on. Look at that. And it's not even food. Part of this. The cutest little, it's just adorable. So if you guys like animals and Frenchies, and if you even want to have your Frenchie featured, because I'm constantly, streaming, going through videos every week to find a pet or a Frenchie or anything to feature, because that's part of the show on Saturday. And then I promote the channel that I got the video from. Please contact the channel. There's my email address on the channel. And then we also have a website called Woof and Snort. You can upload, the story about the Frenchie, a picture of the Frenchie, and you can upload your channel, and I will go ahead and promote your channel and your Frenchie. I love talking and looking at other different Frenchies. So these are some of the videos that I do cover. This is the digital ID. I don't know if anybody is aware of what's going to happen to our currency, but check out this video. It explains all of that. This is my horrific try at trying to cover Charlie Kirk's video. I'll play just a little bit of it.
Charlie was someone who believed in dialogue, in open debate. He was a man of ideas. He spoke eloquently.
It's kind of hard to hear.
He basically never even raised his voice. He was a man of peace. And now he's been
I just thought it was really interesting what Elon says about what he thinks.
murdered in cold blood.
Did you know him personally?
Yes, of course. We met many times.
How was he like?
I supported his organization. I supported Turning Point from quite early.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light. And he was killed by the dark.
So I think Elon knows exactly what happened. Somehow I just think he knows exactly what happened. So this is about the digital currency.
Is to look for signs, right?
And what's going to
the first
happen. I'm going to kind of
analysis for various government agencies and the risk of this technology being used for excessive surveillance of U.S. citizens. This would enforce the biometric trap, which means that you would need digital IDs required for high-value transactions, or really any transactions. Every transaction is recorded permanently and publicly on open ledgers. Every transaction is linked to a complete history transaction. And your biometric data, your eye scan, your finger scan, or any biometric data is linked to this history.
So this goes into what's going to happen to our currency. I don't know if anybody's aware, but it's actually starting to come out now. I follow a lot of financial channels, and I follow a lot of AI channels to get the latest updates. But our currency is about to change, and that's why everybody's talking about silver and gold. And I did go out buy silver, and I got my gold. So I suggest that people really pay attention to what's going to happen, because we are going to be monitored and we will have no privacy. If you watch this full video, it will totally explain what's going to happen in the very near future. It's already happening in some of the countries right now. I think the UK and Europe just had a big summit or a big announcement they did last week about, if you do not have a digital ID, you can't even work. They will not allow you to even have a job or work. So it's getting serious. So you can check out that video. I will go into, this is also about the currency. I follow a woman named Lynette Zhang. She is amazing. She talks about exactly what it's going to do and how the government is going to regulate it. Now, Bitcoin is one of the things they're going to regulate. I don't believe it's regulated at this time, but this video also goes into that. I have great AI videos. Let's check this one out.
The Economic Forum's 2023 report says 92 million jobs could be displaced globally by 2030. One example will be in the healthcare industry. AI can spot patterns in medical scans faster than radiologists can, but doctors will still make the final calls. In software, tools like GitHub Copilot will help coders write 30 to 40% faster. This will have a huge gender impact on jobs.
So this video goes into how AI is going to affect all of our lives and how it's going to change the job market, and how pretty much we're all going to be out of work, and I don't know what's going to happen and what we're going to do about it. I am very interested in the whole Sam Altman, Elon Musk fight or feud, if you want to call it. So I covered a bunch of videos on that. There's a few of them. They're probably not on all this list, but if you go into at the bottom, there's a bunch of playlists. So all my videos are in these playlists. So you will see the videos of me talking about the feud between Elon Musk and Sam Altman and Donald Trump even. So let's see if we can.
Between Elon Musk's XAI along X Corp is taking on tech giants Apple and OpenAI.
So this video is actually about Elon Musk suing Apple because Apple is trying to corner the market with OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. For their app store, they're only allowing ChatGPT, OpenAI to be their AI their AI app in their app store. They're not allowing any other AI to be part of the app store. So Elon Musk is pretty upset about that, and I know a lot of other companies are too. So he's suing. He is suing Apple, and he also has a lawsuit with OpenAI, which is this video here.
And I'm still, of course, I have different feelings about it now, but I'm so glad
just
he
going
exists.
into the middle of them. So there you have it, Sam Altman calling Elon Musk a mega hero, obviously looking up to him as a leader. So this video is pretty much about the whole feud, which started, Elon Musk and Sam Altman started in 2015 together, opening ChatGPT or OpenAI, and they did it with a bunch of, a few other people, a great scientist, Ilyak, and, it eventually fell apart, and they, eventually feuded with each other. This was the time when Elon Musk was in the White House with Donald Trump and, working, finding all the fraud and, covering all that. And behind Elon's back, he's making deals with Sam Altman, who is his feud. He's having a feud with Sam Altman. He's suing him. And Donald Trump is, hiring Sam Altman and OpenAI to be part of this AI Stargate initiative. And, I know why that whole feud happened with Elon and Donald Trump, and everybody thinks it's because it's the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, he was pissed about that, but that really had nothing to do with it. Donald Trump was a dirty to Elon Musk. He was going behind his back, making these deals with Sam Altman, and before that, Sam Altman made a deal with Microsoft. It was $1 billion deal. So now Microsoft owns pretty much 40 or 50% of OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. And then in this video, I also talk about the suicide, the suicide of Suchia Balaji, who was the trainer of ChatGPT. Now, Suchia Balaji worked for ChatGPT for 4 years, and 4 days before the trial was going to begin, he was found dead in his apartment, and they're claiming it's suicide. But there's so many videos out there that are not there's no way it could have been a suicide. There's just too much evidence that there was signs of struggle, and there was documents, like the place was ransacked. They were looking for something, obviously. Tucker Carlson again interviewed Sam Altman a few weeks ago, and was the worst interview Sam Altman could have ever done. I believe it implicated him 100%, but that's just my view of it. But there's a bunch of videos here, great, just some AI information, and I have some really cool desert videos of just crazy storms and just crazy weather. And let's see if I can find some cool. I have some really cool, I wonder if they're in here. We have, this is my little baby that I have. These are just ASMR videos. This is my little Doopers. She's the cutest little thing in the world. I have 2 screens, so I'm looking at both. But she's just adorable. I love her to death, and she's just the cutest little thing. But I do have some really cool weather videos that I'd love to share with you guys. Let's see if I can find those. Let's see, videos here. Let's see if we can find some of them, because there are some really, really, really cool ones that, yeah, we have some, this was just insane. This video was insane. It's kind of a short, but these are some of the storms we go through in the Mojave. They're devastating when they come. They come and go, though. They're a half hour and they're gone. But the devastation is ridiculous. It's apocalyptic when they come. And the lightning, you can hear it. The winds, 50, 60 miles an hour. And here it comes. mean, it's really crazy. There's our 60-mile-an-hour windstorms. Blow this up for you if I can. That's what we go through in the desert. There's our little house. But those are some of the crazy storms we have, and that's what we got after the storm. And that is something no one can, I mean, that is just the most beautiful thing in the world. I can't even explain how gorgeous to see something like that. It's just, we live in a beautiful, beautiful spot of the Mojave. There's no one else around us. It's all government land, and the military base is behind us. So they can't, everything is government land. So we're the very last house where all those mountains are that you're seeing, and no one else around us. It's extremely private, very peaceful and beautiful, and just absolutely gorgeous. So that was pretty much a lot of, I cover all kinds of different things on the channel. There's a huge variety. Again, my interests are, AI. I have a video. My poor little baby got bit by a rattlesnake. It was really, really horrifying. I recorded the whole thing, the events, what she went through. She almost died as I was taking her to the hospital. It was really traumatic. So this video is all about that, and that's what bit her. It was, so come to find out, she was bit by one of the deadliest rattlesnakes there are out there. Now, there are many species of rattlesnakes in the Mojave, but unfortunately, she got bit by a Mojave green, and that is one of the deadliest venoms that you can get bit by. And she's a tiny little thing. She's only, 20 pounds. We do have the dogs vaccinated. They have the vaccine every year just because we know there's snakes out there. We've lived out there for a long time. This is the very first time that anything like this has happened. So, it was really traumatic, and the vaccine really just buys them some time. It buys them, a couple hours. You don't really have much time to get them there, and we are so far out from everything. It was a 2-hour drive to the hospital, so I literally was like running. The time was just running out for her, and as I was driving, she was dying. She couldn't breathe. There was nothing I could do. I was driving as fast as I could to get her there. And she was just struggling, and it was just the most horrific experience. And that's all in this video here. It talks about the hospital and how great they were. I will say it was a $6,000 bill, but because each one of those bags of venom is $1,000. There's a ton of shorts about that experience, and the shorts are really good because it talks about how they make the venom and how, why it's so expensive, really. But it was really pricey, but I couldn't say no. And the other thing is they want the money up front. You can't, there's no pay later. So, I maxed out my credit card and just paid for it, and by the end of the day, I was there 12 hours. By the end of the day, she was just fine. She was back to normal. They do blood work before you leave to make sure that there's no more venom in her system. But the time it took for me to get her there, the venom destroyed some of her organs, because the next day, and you'll see if you watch the video, the next day she was urinating all blood. It was just complete blood. So it did some damage to her. Luckily, she's fine. She's much better, but it did do some damage to her. So I'm hoping long term it's not, bad. But the other thing we get to see is all the space launches. So this is one of SpaceX, Elon Musk's launches, and we get to see those. So we do have some video of that on the channel, which is really, 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 really cool to see. We also have some wild animals. We stuck a Ring camera out there one night, and a Ring central camera, and we put like a carrot out there, and we have some wild coyotes. We have some video of some bunnies and some field mice fighting over the carrot. It's really cool. We have some really the bunnies, like the rabbits are like the size of my dogs. They're massive. So the channel has a lot of fun things on it. It also has a lot of like serious topics too. So it has some great sunsets and sun pictures and some pictures of me. And we happened to see a solar flare one time, so we got pictures of that. I mean, we really get to see a lot of amazing things out there. So I hope everybody goes and checks out the channel. It's if you really like AI, go to Desert-Livin 2.0, and I have a lot of AI coverage there. But thank you for joining me for this live stream, and I will see